Well, there we go. There we go.
Okay, and our runners have started. I have to keep remembering that stream's a little bit behind the IRC as well.
Yep.
And this run is going to start off like any good old any percent no Up+A run. We're going to go to 3 first, get the ladder, hopefully kill Manhandle.
Yep, so we see all 4 of these runners going into level 3 around 30 seconds, give or take. It's going to be interesting to see which one of them go top route versus bottom route. The top route involves getting some keys to get a static bomb drop on the floor, whereas it looks like all of these folks are doing bottom route and killing these dark nuts. Random Effect is in a little bit of trouble health-wise, but it's working on those dark nuts.
Cantaloupe Me got an early bomb drop. Random Effect takes an unfortunate death there in 3, and JSR decided to go top route after not getting a drop on the first dark nut.
Well, that's an interesting strat. Makes a lot of sense. Some runners prefer to go top route so that they have the bomb drop in the main room later if they need it. BT's looks like he's sorting down the dark nuts to save on bombs. Interesting strategy. And Cantaloupe is going to probably be the first person of the 4 runners to get his raft, followed slightly behind by BT's and JSR.
Our 3 runners are going to have a little do-si-do dance party down there on their way back up.
Yep. And then we'll see what happens with Manhandla this time. We had some unfortunate incidents with Manhandla in the any percent race just an hour ago, so hopefully the runners will have much better luck this time.
Whatever are you talking about, Tetrally? We wouldn't dare give it the commentator's curse. Everything will go great. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Well, no, if you want to counteract the commentator's curse, we have to say, oh, is that going to go terribly? All of them will die, of course, right?
Cantaloupe
And look at that, Cantaloupe
and
and BT's get... See, I'm telling you, it works.
Absolutely.
I bet JSR will take an unfortunate hit as well, right?
I would hate to see JSR take an unfortunate death and not get a bomb from Manhandle. And JSR picking up the map just because.
Hey, you never know. You might get lost in level 3 after all of those attempts. Looks like we didn't have the same effect on JSR as the other runners, unfortunately.
Oh no, my prophecy came true. Oh, and JSR taking a full reset.
Oh,
starting
interesting.
from scratch.
Well, he probably knew that if he didn't have any bomb drops on the floor, he was going to risk not having any bombs for Manhandla anyway, so this might actually be the better bet. So Random Effect was able to get through relatively unscathed and with 4 bombs as well. So we're going to be seeing Cantaloupe and BT's almost exactly in sync going into the NSU room and the breakfast room.
And Cantaloupe forcing a 5er there. Since he had 8 bombs, not a bad idea. Hopefully gets everybody to group up there for a 12 damage first bomb. That's pretty good.
Yep.
And both the runners having a pretty decent breakfast room here. BT has the sword down the last 2 legs. Cantaloupe will be getting the raft at a time of 4:03, and BT just behind at 4:08.
Yeah, not bad at all for both of them. Okay, Random Effect forcing bombs, about to go into his NSU room here.
And Tetrally, why do we call it an NSU room?
Well, if you look at the path on it, you can sort of make out the letters N on the left, S in the middle, and U on the right. Once you see it, it can never be unseen.
This is true. And Random getting his bomb force there. A little unlucky there with the split on the legs, but gets through relatively quickly. Considering he had a death 454 on the ladder, not too bad.
Yeah. Now, one thing I don't know is that you're going to see both of Cantaloupe and BT's fight Gleeok here, and then after that, instead of going to level 1 like they would in the any percent route, they're going to be taking a detour to go over to level 2. And there's two main variations of 3 first 100% routes. There's the one that JSR developed himself, and then one by Yunus, another runner in the community. So it's going to be interesting to see which of those routes our runners choose tonight.
Well, we will find out shortly.
Yeah.
And no problem, Raiden. We're glad to burn an image into your brain that you'll never be able to unsee. And random effect getting the JSR special.
Oh, double animal style with cheese?
Oh, only the single, the double single JSR special. The OG JSR special.
I see.
And has a really clean Gleeok fight to boot. That was good to watch.
Yeah, don't have in and out on the East Coast, so I don't really know exactly the in and out of what those are, but
Don't know the in and outs of in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thankfully get to travel to LA and Vegas a couple times a year, so I get the pleasure of in and out every once.
Very nice. Yeah, I've been to California a couple of times, so had that experience myself. The sync between Cantaloupe and BT's on the left side of the screen is really uncanny. Have you been noticing that?
Yep, they are neck and neck right now. Both go into 2.
Wow.
And one rupee apart, and 4 bombs.
And Ari isn't too far behind. He's doing his world wrap right now. JSR picking up his ladder. So it looks like since for JSR's route, they'll need 60 rupees when they're done with level 2 to buy a candle. Both Cantaloupe and BT's are in good shape for that. Random Effect is only going to have 40 after getting his secret, so he might have a little bit of trouble there, but they may use a different route that doesn't require so much early money, so we'll see.
We'll certainly see what happens, and worst comes to worst, we can use our magic commentary powers to have Random get all blue rupees.
Yeah, one divergence on the left side is that BT's got much better bomb RNG than Cantaloupe does. He has a big 0 in terms of bombs, which is going to be tough going into this magical boomerang room, which is not one of those rooms you see on an any percent run.
Correct. These blue gorillas, not only do they do a heart of damage, but they take 5 sword swings, so we try to mitigate that with 1 bomb plus 5 sword, plus 1 sword, excuse me. And the other upside to that room and having bombs there is you can bomb through the north wall and get bombs in the next room.
Yeah, it's one of those you need bombs to get bombs type of situation. So this is going to mean that BT's is going to be a little bit faster going into the Dodongo.
Had a little bit of trouble with that last gorilla, but should be fine. As long as he gets a good pattern here, which he does.
Yeah, luckily they're going to be buying the bomb upgrade in level 5 soon, so having a full complement of bombs isn't as important coming out of level 2. But Cantaloupe is able to smoke that Dodongo to come out with 7, so very nice.
That is also very true there, that we'll be getting the bomb upgrade for 100 rupees from the old man in 5. The only variance there is a lot of times runners, if they do have enough bombs, will wait on purchasing it till after the room of requirement and the recorder. Otherwise, they'll buy it before to stock up on 12 bombs.
Right, makes sense. Okay, so we see a divergence on the left side. BT's is going up following Yunus's route, presumably, whereas Cantaloupe is going to be buying his candle right here following JSR's route.
And we see Random Effect getting out of 2 at 9:35. Probably about a minute behind the runners with that.
Yeah, Random Effect isn't too far behind. JSR is a little bit more behind because he reset, obviously, but only basically a level 2 away from the the rest of the pack.
Right. If you take 3 minutes off of JSR's time, that's about where he is if he were to have started a new run. Died about 3 minutes. He's still running a pretty good run, despite the death.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, wait, what is BT's doing? Hey, you're not allowed up in that HUD.
Yes, you are.
Oh, yeah, I guess you are.
In this one, you can HUD clip, you just can't up-O. So.
Yep. I know, I was just being silly.
True. Link likes to get around in various ways.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. They'll
Although
both be picking
I'm
up.
surprised he didn't HUD clip and go on over one more screen.
I don't know.
She was probably a little bit slower to do that.
Yeah, well, you see all of the runners picking up their letters or paper, as some folks in the community call it, and they'll all be heading into level 5. Keep in mind that Cantaloupe is going to take a little bit longer because he's already gotten some items that the other runners won't get until later in the route.
Correct.
So we'll have to see how they converge later in the run.
He's 1 heart ahead because he stopped down at Heart Rock to get that.
Yep.
And for those of you wondering in chat, we are taking the best time over all the races we've had 2 weeks ago plus tonight. Our runners currently, JSR is at 36.35 for his P. Random is at 37.12. BT is at 37.35. And Cantaloupe Me is 38.10. So with the exception of JSR, who took that early death, all these runners probably have a chance to improve on their qualifying times.
Okay, interesting strats from BT's here. He is doing the Room of Requirement before getting the bomb upgrade, which looks like he'll be able to do very comfortably and be able to have his full upgrade of 12 bombs after for the rest of level 5 and the other levels.
Gets the crotch sword plus the bomb drop. That is extra swaggy right there.
Yes, for maximum swag. We also have a question in chat about whether the white sword is obtained in this run. Actually, it's not, and the reason why is that we only are collecting items that are the either permanent upgrades or the best upgrade possible. So you'll see these runners skip over the white sword and go straight for the magical sword. They're not required to pick up the white sword on the way there.
Random Effect having a pretty good Room of Requirement there. Gets through with 2 bombs. He's going to pick up his upgrade after the 2D.
Yep. And now Cantaloupe is going to go into his Olive Garden, as some folks in the community call it. Why do you call it the Olive Garden? Because you pick up the breadstick, or recorder, which looks like a breadstick to some.
And all 3 of our runners so far have had pretty good Olive Gardens and been coming in on counts to force bombs off the first Darknuts, so no issues there whatsoever. The only thing I will say to anybody who's looking to pick up this route, if you go in here and don't pick up the bomb upgrade first, remember that you need a bomb when you leave the room.
Yeah, not that we've ever made that mistake before.
Not at all.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Just treat it like second quest and walk straight through the wall. And BT is going to be our first contestant to see Dig Dogger, who hates sound.
Yep, so they're going to play a little game of musical stairs with Dig Dogger. Haha. At least that's what I call it in my splits, because I'm trying to be funny and make bad puns. Let's see.
BT gets out at 14.19. Small refill. Not too bad at all.
Yeah. So they're going to both be heading to level 1 next, most likely. The reason why we do level 1 so late in the run is because there's a couple of items nearby that you need a candle in order to obtain. Oh, JSR is in a little bit of a bomb trouble here.
Yep,
So he's going to have to sword the last one.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the The reason why we go to 1, as Tetrally was saying, is because one of the heart containers is right here along the coast. We call this the, affectionately known as the BT Racing Heart, but in 100% we need to grab it no matter.
Yeah. Oh, so you just saw BT picking up his own race heart.
And then there's a 30 secret here as well that we need the candle for.
Yeah, so that's why they route in the route in level 1 later, so while you do have the candle. JSR is going to be picking up his bomb upgrade here and gets our Lord and Savior Lord Banana out to, well, I guess he's not really going to do much with it, is he?
Yeah, we got our Lord and Savior Lord Banana out because our friend JSR only had 1 bomb remaining, but needs to, as I say that, takes a bomb.
Oh, no! Okay, so this is probably a really good time to talk about the touchback rule for 100%. Since this is a no Up+A category, in order to make the category fair, we require that if you do take a death to revisit the room that you took the death in. Oh, so you actually do see a little boomerang use. JSR uses that to stun the Gibdos, and he's going to just walk right in and out of that room so that he gets the touchback so that he doesn't disqualify from the race.
And BT picking up his bow with a Keese arrow there. He's going to head on over and fight the Magikarp of Zelda, as I call Aquamentus. Although, to be fair, my last any percent run, I did die to the Magikarp of Zelda.
What is the Magikarp of Zelda?
It's our friend Aquamentus, who can't really do too much. He just stares at you and walks back and forth on a straight line.
I see, I see.
Although he doesn't have Splash. He needs Splash. And 1 bomb and 2 sword swings later, BT is out of level 1.
Yep. And we'll see Random Effect get his bow and be on his way through level 1 as well. Cantaloupe's a little bit further behind, but keep in mind he also already got some money and heart upgrades that the other runners won't have to later, so it's not quite an apples and apples comparison.
That is true. Cantaloupe already had picked up an extra heart there, so he's got 1 less thing to worry about. And BT picks up his arrows, and we're gonna grab some jewelry here off of this. BT gets some good RNG there by getting a slow-moving Armos. I have had a fast one come out and bot me a couple times to say hello.
Yeah, oftentimes when I'm running, I'll just place a bomb there to explode and take care of the Armos, even if it costs the bomb. Sometimes it's well worth it.
That is also another very viable strategy. And now that we have the 12 hearts, we can pick up the magical sword and head back into 7.
Yep, exactly.
And usually level 6 is hard enough with Wiz Robes and everything else that goes on in there, but in 100%, we have to grab the wand, which means we have to take 2 trips into that key room with the 3 blue Wiz Robes and the 2 red Wiz Robes, and that is not a fun time.
No, not at all. Want to just point out one other thing is that Random Effect picked up an extra 30 secret because he didn't have enough money for the arrows otherwise. So that'll cost him about 10 seconds or so of time. But he will be entering level 6 not too far after BT's, who is dealing with our friend the Blue Wizrobes in the Magical Breakfast Room.
Magical Breakfast the first. Gets through, only takes 2 hearts of damage, pretty unscathed. And Cantaloupe with a little bit of swag there, side staircasing into the shop.
Ooh, getting a little bit of an FU beam from the Blue Wizrobes going up towards the wand.
Yeah, that is just not a fun room at all. And then On top of that, we have to fight another wizard room to get our wand, which it doesn't seem.
Although if you have as good of luck and skill as BT's, then, maybe it's not so bad after all.
That was not only efficient, that made the game look easy.
Yeah, it's really not that easy for folks who are watching. Trust me, it is not that easy.
Take it from us, who we are mid-level runners of the game, and wizard rooms are never easy. Full stop to that.
Absolutely.
BT spending a bomb there. I don't quite mind that at all. It took care of 2 of the virus.
Yep.
The other problem with this 100% route is that it messes with the spawns a little bit too. So for any percent runners of habit, you walk into the magical breakfast 2 that BT is in, and you expect a red wizrobe in your face and 2 blue wizrobes, 1 tile up and 1 tile below. But by taking the extra rooms, we change our spawns up a little bit.
Yep. Alright, looks like Random Effect is going to be making his way to get his wand right now. Let's see how well he does. Ooh, getting a nice candy bomb.
He's respawning the room to change the blues into reds.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can only do 1 blue into red that way. At least, very unfortunate when we were playing swordless, and every single bomb counts. Yeah, getting really lucky with both a bomb drop and a fairy in the wand room. So Ari is going to be in really good shape to catch back up.
Correct. He's gonna be on Cantaloupe still has the extra heart already too, so we gotta factor that in. So he's probably in second place at the.
And you'll see BT's coming on through the any roads there in order to be able to pick up his extra heart and 100 rupees going on his way to level 8. This is stuff the Cantaloupe's already done before.
Correct.
Alright, so
we're gonna grab the heart here, burn the bush for the
Random Effect's in trouble here.
Oh no.
Oh, careful, Random Effect, careful. Oh no! Takes the death to the blue wizrobes.
Magical Breakfast 2 claims a victim.
Aww.
I think, yep, random forfeit.
Aw, that's really too bad.
So he'll finish with his time of 37:12 for qualifying.
Still, get your GGs out in chat for Random Effect. He had a really rough race from the get-go and played his best, but yeah, it's just it's tough, and I've definitely been there with him having to forfeit in races.
Alright, so we're gonna pick up audio with JSR because BT and Cantaloupe Me don't have the option for them right now, unfortunately. We're gonna ride along with our favorite JSR here.
Yeah, and it looks like BT's just became literate by picking up that book in level 8.
Reading is fun, and knowledge is power.
And by power, you mean making the wand less usable because of the flames that come out of it.
Yes, for those of you who don't know, if you have the book and the wand will, upon impact with anything, turn into a candle, which does less damage and creates a hazard for Link to burn himself. I was once told, it must be an old wives' tale, but I heard that Darknets dropped health, but...
Yeah, I know the blue ones sometimes drop health every once in a while.
BT didn't get a single drop. Still hasn't. Goodness gracious. No heart drops at all. That's crazy. And now we'll get to see our new friend Mechagoma, who takes 3 arrow shots to kill.
Ooh, a 1 cycle on Goma from BT's. Wow. Well done.
That one cycle is extremely hard to do for those of you who haven't played the game. You have to get 3 shots off very quickly, and after he closes his eyes, it's about 8 seconds before he cycles back.
Yeah, I've gotten it before when Goma actually swoops down towards you as opposed to on the side, but BT's was able to do that even with looking at the side, or with Goma moving sideways instead of towards you. So, well done.
So Cantaloupe going into Blue Lagoon number 2. Just has to take this out and then go over and get his. And having a pretty good room, not taking any bops. Oh,
Doing very well health-wise, I would say.
and as soon as BT gets out of 8, we're actually going to take a divergence from the standard route and head on over to 7 to finish up our turn.
Yeah, the reason why level 7 is done after 8 as opposed to the other way around is because of all the keys that you need in level 7. And by getting the any key, since you have to get the any key anyway that opens up all doors in the game, you might as well pick that up in time to not have to get as many keys to use in level 7. The bomb upgrade in level 7 also helps you replenish your bombs on when you need them in level 7 and level 9. So, yeah. And BT's is buying the prime rib or the prime meat there. Normally, runners get the 60 rupee meat, but in this category, you see them getting the 100 just because of the 60 isn't really along the way.
Right, JSR HUD clipping over.
Ooh.
Get out of there,
Swaggy.
Link. Does that so that we can come down here and get into 8 a little faster. Or, sorry, he forgot he's going up to... He's getting some money first.
Yeah.
Or he's getting, sorry, he's spending extra money on the filet mignon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
All
interesting he's doing that before 8. Normally when on Unos's route, I see people doing that after 8, but who would I be to question a 3 first runner?
And Cantaloupe Me now heading over to 7 as well. Realizing he might have whistled the wrong way. Fixing that, getting over to 3.
Okay, crisis averted. BT's has a couple of extra bombs he's not sure what to do with, so just places them in the doorway for fun.
And now we have a full complement of bombs, a nearly full complement of items, just missing a piece of jewelry and a slightly hotter candle.
So we have a question in chat. Somebody pointed out very astutely that JSR isn't running what we've been calling the JSR route. I think it's because the other route is actually a little bit faster if executed properly. So he wants to do that in order to save some time. But for relatively beginner runners like myself, I use JSR's route just for ease of simplicity.
That is good an explanation as I could give myself that Tetrally gave, so I really don't have much to add to that, but Improbable Sport.
That's okay. Do you run 100% bully?
I've dabbled with it once or twice, but I don't have a time up on the board at this point.
Okay. Well, you gotta start somewhere. No worries.
Absolutely. I was thinking about doing Swordless first, actually, before I did 100%, but I'm not sure I want that headache yet, we'll say.
Yeah, that's very understandable. Now, I'm actually participating in this tournament, so I've learned both of the categories, and Swordless is definitely a challenging one, as we'll see in the race at 10 Eastern. But anyway, focusing on this race, BT's is going to be taking down the Dig Dogger here with his complement of now 14 bombs. It's always really nice to have the bomb upgrades to be able to just plow through level 7
Yeah, I mean, there's no more 7 for 7 rule when you're getting upgraded to 16 for free.
Oh, good. Cantaloupe Me remembered his red candles. Sometimes Cantaloupe has a little bit of a hard time remembering that, so I'm glad he was able to make his way to get the candle.
And BT with the double reverse clip to get through the reverse C rather than having to walk around. A little more swag to the run.
Yep. Now we see BT's finishing up with level 8 here. Told by chat he got a 1 cycle as well, trying for a bomb off of the Gliok, but didn't quite have luck with that. But he still has the 1 bomb he needs to get his upgrade in level 7, so should be in good shape. Just needs to do an extra menu. Not a big deal.
Yep. And to be fair, it might be a little harsh here when you're 3 minutes behind off the start from just a reset. 1 menu isn't gonna hurt too.
Yeah, exactly. So BT's is on his way to level 9. It looks like Cantaloupe's only going to be about maybe 30 seconds to a minute behind, since he's finishing up with level 7. Oh, and gets a nice lucky candy bomb there.
And we only need a few extra bombs in 9 to go get the red ring, so walking in with 12 or 15 should be good, but 15 is definitely better than 12.
Yep, definitely. Been asked what kind of pace is BT's on? I would say about 36 or 37, probably 37-ish.
And for those in chat, in the upper right corner of your screen, Random has given his apology to the chat for not being able to finish.
That's okay, Random. We forgive you.
Yes, and as I had said earlier, BT is his qualifying time right now is from the race back on the 21st of April of 37:35. So as long as 9 goes reasonably average, he should be able to improve on.
Yep. So we're going to see BT's in a sec detouring off the usual any % route down to get the red ring. This is a little bit of a tricky one because he's going to need to get past an extra Patra as well as another 2 rooms filled with both red and blue wizrobes.
Only takes the 1 bop, which isn't too bad at all. Gets hugged by like...
Ouch.
He made it through though.
Let's see if he can get this clip.
This clip
having a little bit of trouble here.
This clip is infinitely worse than the clip leaving reverse C.
Yeah, and having to do it under pressure with all those wizards nearby is not fun at all. But does make it through and gets the red ring with about half of his health remaining. So he's going to be in pretty good shape. Since the red ring quadruples your defense, which means that 8 hearts is effectively like 32 hearts without a ring.
Correct. So you've basically activated tank mode at this point. 8 hearts is going to be, like Tetra said, 32 to any runner. Patra bops only take half a heart now. There's not a whole lot you're scared of anymore as a runner when you have the
and Cantaloupe gets into his red ring room on the first try. Got a little bit roughed up by the map Patra, but is going to be in good shape and not too far behind BT's here. So still anybody's race.
BT picks Art Fairy there, gets out of the next room at 34:10, give or take. So Cantaloupe Me is going to be about 25-30 seconds behind, but who knows with our friend Ganon and the other rooms to go still what could happen. And we see JSR just about to finish 7, get his last heart piece, and head on over to level 9 to complete his...
And with the fairy and no refill, so that's definitely a nice little bonus.
Not quite the 3-minute time save we're looking for, but effective nonetheless.
Yep. BT's definitely took advantage of his tank mode to sword down those Blizzrobes, and will be getting his silver arrow, the last upgrade in the game he'll be will be collecting tonight.
Yep, tank mode and 18,000 bombs. It felt like.
Yeah, they're asking in chat, how many beams did BT's just take? I lost count. I don't know about you, Bully.
I don't know the answer to that question, and I think if you ask BT, he would laugh about it, saying he didn't feel a thing.
Well, I'll make sure to ask him when he gets in the commentator's booth. Meanwhile, Cantaloupe had a pretty nice silver hour room, not taking even one hit, I believe. Oh, well, I say that, and then, of course, he bumped into the keys, but commentator's curse. I have to stop doing that. Yeah, BT's getting a fairy in the last Wizrobe room, doing getting his health back up to half full. So
Just
he'll be in
right
good shape.
That trap into the last block clip, and then we're gonna get wacky waving inflatable arm flailing Patra. Keeps failing the bomb clip here, trying to be swaggy.
Well, let's see if he can get his grayscale, because that's the most important trick.
That is. Oh, he
gets it. Nice. Well done. And doing a little bit of fast Patra, it looks like. Well, for some definition of fast, at least.
Reasonably quicker than normal Patra.
Alright, here's Ganon.
For the second time tonight on stream, here's Ganon. Ooh, loses the sunlock there.
It's a good thing he has that red ring. Ooh.
Yeah, one heart Hyrule drivers are sure better than 4.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so get your GGs out in chat. We see that BT has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 37 minutes and 18 seconds.
Get your GGs out. Cantaloupe me right on his heels as well. Gets the stun lock, and he will be finishing with an official SRL time of 37 minutes and 42 seconds. Get your GGs out for both our runners, and both of them, by the way, have improved their PB times for this race, for this tournament, excuse me.
Yeah, well done to both of them.
We'll try to get both of our runners here in chat soon, and after that, after JSR finishes at 10 o'clock, just a reminder, we have the swordless race coming up. Quite a fun category for those of us who are new to watching the game.
Yep. Meanwhile, JSR just finished up with his next room and is going to be going up against Patra 2 here, going right by and making the skip look really easy.
Yeah, Cantaloupe had a 38:10 as his qualifying time going in, so he improved that as well.
And I have to say, as a relatively inexperienced Zelda runner, it's just amazing to see everyone in this race who's just been going blistering fast, making it look so much easier. I cannot begin to stress just how much easier these folks make it look than it actually is.
That is 100% correct. I remember just as a quick watching Black and JSR run this game before I decided to start speedrunning it, and I was like, it doesn't look that hard, right? And now I'm to the point where I'm hitting those aggravation resets. I'm hitting all those points where they make it look so easy and I have to hit reset.
Yeah, absolutely. Although I do have to say, playing with the red ring definitely makes it feel a little bit like easy mode, because the hits don't really affect you as much as they do without the ring.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're taking a quarter damage, it is a much easier game to play. And we have our friend Cantaloupe Me back in chat. Hello again, sir. GG's on lowering your
Yeah, long time no talk, everyone. How y'all doing?
About the same as an hour ago.
Okay, good deal.
the madness hasn't quite kicked in yet. We're still enjoying watching Zelda and commentating on this wonderful set of races.
Yeah.
So, pretty solid run. Not really a whole lot to worry about in that race, it seemed like. Just kind of, you were on cruise control that whole.
Yeah, it went well except for the missed whistle. On my way to 7, and then I had a diverge in level 2, which I think was pretty much the difference between BT and I because he had bombs and I didn't. So.
Right, you had to sort him down, and you couldn't bomb up to get more bombs in the next room. That was just kind of unfortunate. I don't know if you happen to see, but Random unfortunately took a death, I believe in 7 or 6, excuse me, to Wizrobe.
Yeah,
and
that's unfortunate.
Had to forfeit there, and JSR actually reset in 3. But everybody get your GGs out for JSR finishing that with an official SRL time of 41:06.
Which, considering he had about a 5-minute level 3, is not bad, all things considered, since he had to reset going in. So, well played by all 4 of our runners. Including Random Effect, even though he didn't finish all the way.
Manhandler will manhandler.
Yeah, it's just it's a RNG-tastic game here that we all decided to love to play in speedrun.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys wrap things up. I got to prep for this swordless thing.
Yep, and like I said, congratulations. You lowered your qualifying time, I believe 26 or 28 seconds. It should move you up and help with your seating. Again, GG, get ready for swordless, and I'm sure we'll see you on that race.
Yeah, if I don't draw myself batty and get more gray hairs with it. But I will see you all on the other side.
Okay, great. I think that pretty much wraps things up where we are here. There's going to be a swordless race starting in about 15 minutes or so at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, we should be back on for that shortly. I don't think your commentary team is going to change here unless Tetra's got to go and do something or is going to run in the race. Otherwise, we will both be back in about 15 minutes or so. Again, I want to thank the runners for participating, everybody for finishing, and get ready for some swordless. Stick around. We will be back soon.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Take care. Like I said, back in 15 minutes.